Okay, this is a response video to Dalyxman. He's probably going to like this response. Probably nobody else will. And personally, I really don't give a damn. These are my opinions. Like he stated his and got 33 dislikes. So if you want to dislike this video, thumb it down all day. But if you like it, thumb it up. Okay, do me a favor, will you? The Rock. I want to talk about The Rock in general in terms of what he's going to do for WrestleMania, what he's actually done since he's come back to WWE, and what he's going to do for WWE after WrestleMania 28. Okay, just so you people know, this has got nothing to do with my bad feeling towards The Rock. Okay, I do not like The Rock, but this has got nothing to do with that. Okay, people have probably seen my previous video I made about 8 months ago that are subscribed to me, so this has got nothing to do with my opinions of The Rock that I made in that video. This is more relative towards what's relevant now, that's happening right now, what's going to happen in the future. Okay, so let's just keep that in mind. Now, this actually goes further than The Rock. So I got a couple of things I need to talk about here. First, I need to talk about the fan base of wrestling. Because the WWE focuses to the majority of the casual fans and don't give two shits about wrestling, who are the ones that love John Cena. Now, the problem here is that they're trying to get John Cena more over with everybody else. And it's not going to happen. Using The Rock as bait, because people that are hardcore fans of wrestling for the majority have this love relationship with The Rock. Okay? It does not mean because you bring The Rock back that they're going to come just, yay, back now, yay! You know, you'd be lucky if they order the damn pay-per-view. The reason those people left is because of people like John Cena, okay, Randy Orton, these douchebag yes-man motherfuckers who just praise and glorify everything that WWE says and just goes with the flow and just kisses ass because they don't want to say something because God forbid they lose their spot. Okay? When you have the same old boring trash on top for the longest time, how long do you expect people to continue watching? Especially when you previously presented a product that was so entertaining and was worth the value for the buck that you paid for the pay-per-views. Okay, we can afford them because there was less of them per year. Okay, you had great storylines. You had characters developed all the time. You constantly had the ball rolling, so when one guy was gone, you had another guy to take his place. Okay, that's how it works. See, but somewhere down the line that stopped, and it stopped with the John Cena, and then they got Randy Orton in there somewhere. But it really stopped there. You had your edges and whatnot, but really it stopped with John Cena. Because at that point, WWE knew that these guys, they're not that great. No other company is going to take them and actually take them seriously. They'll be treated as jobbers. That's the truth. Okay? There's not saying they're bad wrestlers and that they're that bad on the mic. Well, Randy Orton is the Romanator, so he really is the perfect description of someone that's really bad on the microphone. But those two guys in any other company will not do shit. Maybe in TNA. TNA would be stupid enough to actually use them and draw no money with them. But no indie company or any other smart company, period, that's out there in the world, whether it be mainstream in some other country or whatever, okay, it would ever be smart enough to take those two motherfuckers, okay? I'm not bashing them. It's just that WWE has ruined them. And nobody could take them seriously other than the casual fan base. So you have John Cena in a situation where he's with someone that the majority of hardcore wrestling fans can actually take seriously in The Rock, even though he's been gone for the longest time. Okay? And WWE actually thinks that this is going to cause the fan base of wrestling to come back and just watch wrestling just because The Rock's coming back for one frickin' night. Really? I mean, come on. Let's actually think here for a second. Let's actually use our brains. The Rock comes back, WrestleMania gets a huge buy rate, draws a ton of money. Great. What happens the next day? The Rock's gone. Better yet, even if The Rock stayed, okay, and The Rock stayed for what, like 2 or 3 years, how much longer can he actually go? I mean, what is he, 40? How much longer can he really go? Even if he quit doing the movies and stayed wrestling. He's not the future. He's the past. He's done, okay? WWE lives in these flashback guys from the past, these moments with these guys that they could live on and just bring back to steal all the limelight all the time. Guys like Triple H, okay? He's in the same boat. You know, you got all these guys that just come back, like, even, I hate to say it, but Undertaker. He goes back for one match a year. One match. This is still a spot, as far as I'm concerned, at WrestleMania that some other young talent deserves, but is not gotten just due to the simple fact that WWE has not booked them properly because they are too afraid to actually book somebody in the proper manner because they might leave because they get treated like shit and they might be doing too good and somewhere else they could draw. That's what WWE's afraid of. Guys like The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin, Brock Lesnar have all left the WWE, and so had Hulk Hogan, so had Warrior, so had Randy Savage, so had Luger, if you want to include Luger in there. So WWF back in the day, okay, had lost a lot of guys that were very, very important. Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, big talent. So WWE, in my opinion, now has a problem of producing new top talent. Afraid they're going to leave. So let us take the guys that nobody would ever pick, that are nothings, pretty much. They try to turn them into something and expect people to buy into them, and then they're just going to draw for like the next 10 years. That's not going to happen. That's just what it is. So for anyone out there that's not actually getting my point at this point, I will go ahead and speak this in English for you, okay? The Rock coming back only helps WrestleMania 28. It does nothing for the future. He's not going to stay a full-time wrestler. If he did, it wouldn't be for long. And he's past. We need to focus on the future. If there's no future, then there's no future for the company. Does that make sense? Okay? This is my problem. Okay? This stems more than The Rock coming back for me. Okay? I have no problem with The Rock coming back, even though I don't think he deserves it. But he came back, and that's fine. He's coming back for the match, whatever. But what bothers me is just like back at WrestleMania 19 or 20, whatever WrestleMania it was, when Triple H was in the main event with Chris Jericho, who at the time was the undisputed champion, who lost it to Triple H that night in the main event. That match got foreshadowed. Chris Jericho got foreshadowed. By what match? People, think. If I get the wrong WrestleMania, I apologize, the number. But it was Hogan versus The Rock. And there was no way in hell, even though that was not the main event, and you had Chris Jericho versus Triple H for the main event for the Undisputed Championship, there was no way in hell that they were ever going to top that match. Not even because of the wrestling, but because of the star power in it. Whatever else happens at WrestleMania, CM Punk versus Chris Jericho, which is most likely going to happen, Sheamus versus Daniel Bryan, which more than likely is going to happen, those matches are going to be foreshadowed. Nothing's going to be able to live up to the expectations because of that one match. That one match. Because it's going to mean everything. That's all WWE cares about. In the end of it all, this is all paper to me right now until WWE proves me otherwise. That one match foreshadows everything. And they barely build for it. But yet it foreshadows everything. They put John Cena in these stupid, pointless storylines that are not going to even turn him heel. He got bitched at by Piper and Kane, and he's feuding with Kane now, and he's gotten the talk from Mick Foley and all this bullshit. John Cena, my life, but yet he's still face. It's stupid. It's all nothing but a bunch of filler till WrestleMania, till after the whole filler's over and their match happens, and the whole WWE corporate office thinks that John Cena is so much more over after that. See how much quickly he gets back the damn belt. It's all about John Cena. It's been about John Cena since the day of WrestleMania 27. It's been about John Cena the last 6 or 7 years. And now we got a guy who's come back to put someone over that's not going to get any more over than he is, except the little kiddies that pee their diapers every night. Every time they see John Cena, CM Punk says, for God's sakes. None of those people even know who The Rock is. You know, you're not going to get all the casual fans over because most of them are just the parents of the children that take the fucking kids to the shows. You're not going to get them over. They probably hate wrestling. That's why the arenas are always silent. It's a bunch of casual fans, which the majority are children and like little kids and whatnot. And then you have the parents that take them. They don't give two shits about wrestling. Chances are, his child went over to a friend's house who's seen said friend who likes John Cena. He wants to go see John Cena. He wants the merchandise. He wants to watch the shows. He wants to go to Raw. He wants to go to SmackDown, to the pay-per-views. What happens? The parents got to drag him. Those parents are never going to get in to John Cena. They don't give two shits about wrestling in general. Why the hell would they care about John Cena? They just spend their money on him because the kids like him. And if casual fan base fans, if I insult you, I apologize. But that hurts the business. I know people that got bashed for saying that, including Dalyxman, but that's the truth. Okay? When you got an audience of people in the arena, which 50% of them, maybe more, don't give two shits about wrestling that are there, that's fucked up. The shows sound horrible when the crowds are dead and this and that, but yet this is what WWE tries to draw to and tries to actually go out there and actually say, hey, we're WWE, just watch us because we're cool. Instead of actually doing what the majority of the fan base wants. People don't believe me, it's the majority. Back in the day, we were getting 5.3s and 5.4s on Raw. Right now, we're getting like 2.9s and 3.0s. Give me a break. They bring back these guys for these lousy nostalgic pops today. It ain't going to happen. Same thing with The Rock. Okay? The Rock coming back for one night is not going to help. Even if he came back full time, the product is still corny. One guy's not going to do it. But yet, the WWE just seems to think that The Rock's going to come back. We're going to draw all this money. Everything's going to be okay. Especially since we got the spring cleanup coming too. Even more money to get. See? Yay! That's another thing. All the people that are going to let go on that spring cleanup, all these people that are on NXT and Superstars, all these shows, they're just rotting. These are talents that can have tag team and more people in their mid-card divisions and whatnot. But no! WWE is not going to focus on actually building new top talent for their company to actually have a future with. Why would they do that? They're just going to take what they have now and foreshadow it of John Cena and The Rock. That just proves how much they care about Punk, how much they care about Bryan, how much they care about a Sheamus or a Cody Rhodes or a Dolph Ziggler. If they cared, that match wouldn't be foreshadowing everything else of that pay-per-view. The crowd's going to be dead compared to every other match except that one. That's fucked up. Taking away the spots of someone else too that actually deserves those spots. If the WWE actually booked them properly and built them all this time, the crowd would be cheering for them instead of being happy seeing The Rock for one more glory day. This is your boy Lou, Wrestling 2 101. You know what it is. Sorry the video was a little bit long, but that's just how I do for this particular video. Leave it down below. Video response, comments, it don't matter. Just try to be somewhat respectful. You know what it is. Peace.